haven't related this inventory to anything, but we will. That's going to be the next thing we're going to work on. So right now, we have all of our changes. It should just have open activities and activity history. We have one other thing I want you to add is where it says files, grab that and drop that on the page layout. So back in the days, we all used to use notes and attachments to be able to upload attachments to a record in Salesforce. But we're not, that's an old school feature and we don't use that anymore because there are a lot more benefits to using the new object called files, including additional reporting capabilities. So as a best practice, when you're working with customers, any object where they need to attach things to, go ahead and add the files object. So for example, in our opportunity, right, when we create that purchase order, we want to be able to collect like their financial documents or a copy of their driver's license or whatever documents that the customer gives us. We want to attach it to their opportunity. So we're going to make sure we add the files related list. So go on the left-hand side, go to related list, select files and drop it down in this section. So it appears here. If you don't, in your inventory object, if it's not on the page layout on your Lightning record page, it will never appear here. So like even if you go and edit this page and add the component, which I haven't showed you guys yet, that's Lightning record pages. If you did your homework, you would have done some of that. It has to be on the page layout in order for it to show in your Lightning record page. So now we're gonna hit save. And yes. And now we're gonna go in and we're gonna edit our other page layout for, because we have two record types here, right? You see how we have two record types, one for vehicle and one for accessory? So let's just think about that. Our vehicle record type is for inventory type vehicle. Our accessory record type is for our component or accessory of a vehicle. So if we go back to page layouts, what is the issue with the page layout we just created? Can anybody tell me? Does anybody see an issue with the page layout we created?
Is it available? Hi, Selena. Is it available on mobile?
It is. Your page layouts are always automatically mobile ready.
Okay.
So the issue with this inventory layout, I'm going to click page layout assignment. Right? The inventory layout that we just created and edited, because we only have one, is associated with accessory and it's associated with vehicle. What's wrong with this picture?
We haven't assigned it to anybody.
It's assigned. We're looking at the assignments. The inventory layout is assigned to the accessory record type. The inventory layout is also assigned to the vehicle layout.
You have to like split them.
What?
I was gonna say you have to like split them up into two different sections, like vehicle and accessory.
Anybody else?
Well, is that the problem, Selena? The fact that it's assigned to everyone?
Well, that's not the problem. This is everyone on the left-hand side, all of our users, but that could be
I think the wrong layouts are assigned to the wrong objects. Each object should have its own layout.
Who's speaking?
Nikolai?
Yes, that's the answer. Let me explain to you guys why. When we click new inventory, right? We expect, when we click on vehicle and we click next, what do we expect to see? Vehicle fields, right? If I were to click on accessory, let's do it right now. New, accessory. Does this make sense?
No.
Right, because why are they asking me about the model of the car if I'm purchasing an accessory? Why are they asking me for type of car, new or used? It doesn't apply. We need a different page layout for accessory. Because this page layout that we just created, it should only be assigned to vehicle. So we need to create a page layout for accessory that makes sense. So let's do that now. Let's click on page layout. And you're going to be doing a lot of this. So if you're not completely grasping it right now, that's fine. Let's step through it, and then we can ask questions. Let's hit new and create a new page layout. Let's call this accessory layout. And really, we probably should rename this to, because accessories could include, it could include a lot of different things, but right now let's go with accessory layout. And then as we're building our app, if we're like, well, this name kind of doesn't really make sense because we're selling other kinds of things, we can edit that.
Can I ask one question?
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused about, okay, so you're creating the accessory layout. Is accessory a child of inventory? Why is it that you're not in the accessory object?
Because we didn't create an accessory object.
Mm-hmm.
Inventory, our car dealership has two different types of inventory. That's why we created record types, because they're both inventory. They're just two different types of inventory. So we don't need another object, right? We don't need an object for, can you imagine if we created an object for every type of thing we sold? How the app would look? Like if Walmart, right? And we sell sofas, right? We sell televisions, we sell toys, we sell food. Do we want to create an object for each thing that Walmart sells? We don't need to, because all of those things should be bucketed under inventory, right? That's all the inventory that the organization sells. At Acura, we have a lot of different types of inventory, right? We have our cars, and then we have accessories that could be tires or this and this and that. There are actually a lot more things that Acura sells, but in our simplified case study, we're saying that there is only two different types of inventory: cars and accessories, and that's it. Right? We have two different types of inventory. So that's why we created those two record types, because we want our end users to be able to go in, and when they create a new inventory, right, we get a new shipment of cars, all they have to do is go in and click new and create that new vehicle. If they get a new shipment of tires or keychains, they just go in and click new and they create that accessory. And then the sales rep is able to assign that to the people who purchase them.
Okay.
So there's no need to create a new object because we're using record types in this example, right? It is a child. It is not a child. It is the record. The child records of inventory would be those applications, but we haven't created that yet. So when we create our first relationship, we'll see the child record of the parent inventory item. Okay. Or in other words, we will see the opportunity and the child record inventory items related to the opportunity. So we're not there yet. We'll get to that. But essentially what I'm saying is, if somebody walks into the dealership and they fill out an application, we will create an opportunity called vehicle application or whatever we name it, right? And then say I buy a vehicle. I buy an Acura. That's a child record of the opportunity. And then I buy some mats for the car as an inventory item. That's a child record of the opportunity. Right? It's related to that opportunity, that purchase that I made. It's the same thing like if I go into a grocery store and I buy groceries. I bought bread and I bought milk and I bought this and I bought that. I came into the supermarket, I'm giving you one card, right? One transaction, but on that transaction, I have a bunch of items that are related to my transaction. Same situation here. Our transaction is the opportunity record. All the things we buy are child records that are related to that opportunity. And it'll make more sense as we build it. But right now, we're just talking about UI. We're still focused on UI. We'll get to the relationships and how things are connected and all of that stuff. Let's create our page layout for our accessory. And we don't even have all the fields created for our accessory just yet. But let's drop record type on the page. And then here we have mileage and price as required fields. So we may need to remove that requirement because it's actually not required in this case. You see how you could do read only and required? When we created these two fields, for whatever reason, we made them required. So options, we're gonna have to take that requirement off so we can remove it. Required fields, as in this, if they're done at the field level, then you can't remove them. They're required to be on the page layout. So let me see. Yeah, see, it's not letting us take it out because on the field level, we have it marked as required. So there's two different types of requirements. One at the field level. So FLS is field level security. That means we always want them to fill out these two fields. And then on the page layout, like if we wanted to make this field required on the page layout, we can make it read only, but we still have the ability to edit it and move it around, right? We're just saying we're requiring that the person fills out this field before they can move on. So at this point in the process, we probably want to make this option description required on here because we don't want them to leave it blank, but we don't need mileage and price. So what I want to do quickly is, I can't remember why we made these required when we created them, but let's go back to our fields and relationships and let's change the requirement on mileage. So all I did was click fields and I'm going to my mileage field. Let's just edit this one and let's take out, oh, this is Annabelle. Okay, you guys created this one with Annabelle, but it shouldn't have been required. So let's uncheck the required box here. Because if we check required when we make the field, what's gonna happen is we're not gonna be able to take it off of the page layout if we're creating other record types like we just did. So let's just make that unrequired and hit save. And then I think the other field, was that price? Can't remember. I think it's price. Yeah, the price one. So go back to your fields and relationships and make your price field and your mileage field not required. Make it unrequired by editing it. And we're doing this because we want to allow ourselves to create the second page layout so that we can display the fields that we want for that page layout. Once you're done with that, go back to your page layout and let's continue editing the accessory layout. So we're gonna put our option description on the page layout. We don't have any sections here. Let's create a section and call it accessory information. And then let's add option description there. Let's make it one column. Make sure it's showing on the detail and the edit page and click OK. Then let's go to our related lists on the upper left-hand side and let's add activity history. Let's add open activities. That's your tasks object. And then let's add files. So go ahead and do those three things and then save the record. You're creating the section for accessory information. You're putting the option field there. And then you're gonna add your three related lists, and then we're done with this page right now because we don't have all the fields that we need, but we can go create more fields later. All right. Let's put our system information on here so that we have the created date fields. Drop one more section on the bottom here. And one thing for you guys to know, if there are no fields assigned to a section, like if I create new information, I don't put any fields there, it won't show on the page layout. It won't show here. The section is only going to show if you guys have already, we got to do this and we got to select the record type as well.
Hey, Selena, can you repeat what you just said?
I'm just saying that on your record page, if you have created a section and there are no fields in that section, it's not going to show on your page layout. So right now what I just did is I want you guys to go ahead and edit your inventory object. Make sure you quick save this so that you don't lose your work first.
Where did you put that other section? the one that you just did?
I just dropped it on the bottom of the page here. New system, system information. It shouldn't say new. System information.
Thank you.
Yep. And then just put the system information fields there. Created by, owner, last modified by. They're just system fields. Add those three and then save it. Oh, and don't forget to add your record type to the page layout. So these
Hi,
are
Selena. For some reason, I cannot add a new section.
you should just be able to grab section from here and drag it and drop it on the page.
Okay. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, just grab it and drop it on the page. Sometimes it could be a little buggy. Just grab it and make sure you dropped it right where it belongs. It has to be like right in this section. If you drop it here, it won't work. If you drop it down here, it won't work. It has to be right here in the middle. When you guys have this up on your screen, then hit save. You should have accessory information with your record type, your option, your system information with these three fields, and those these three related lists. You get your related list from here on the left-hand side. So you're going to be going back and forth from fields and related lists.
Hi, Selena. I have another question.
Yeah.
About the field dependencies. Is there a controlling field and a dependent field in this inventory example?
No,
Okay.
we haven't created any fields yet. We only have one option description.
Thank you.
The example that I was just giving you guys a second ago is this custom links field here, this section here that came out of the box. I don't have any fields under there, right? If I had put a field underneath here, like this, in this section, we can't, because that's a custom link section. But say, for instance, I have this accessory information section, and I don't have any fields in here. If I haven't dropped a field into a section, it will not show on your page layout. It's gonna, if this is blank, if I remove these two fields, accessory information is not going to appear here on my page layout. It's just gonna show it is gone. So if you ever created a section and you go to check and you're looking here for it, you're not gonna see it. You're like, I wonder why it's not showing me my work. The reason is because when you're creating page layouts, if you don't put any fields into the section that you created, it will not appear in the end user view. It will only show if there are fields in that section. And that's good, because sometimes you're creating an app and you're not done creating the fields yet. It's fine, right? The customer will never see like that you have created all of these placeholder sections. They're only gonna see it once you drop fields into the section. So go ahead and save this record. And now in order to see our changes, we need to go ahead and first thing we need to do with this page layout is we need to assign it. So click page layout assignment. We just created a new page layout for our accessories. So we don't want, when somebody clicks on accessory, we don't, this whole column here is showing what it points to. So if I am a person, and these are all profiles. We haven't talked about profiles yet, but Salesforce allows you to permission your system and show what you want each user to see by assigning them to profiles. So everyone would get a certain profile that they're assigned to. So system administrators, we would all have this profile. And, our marketing users will have this profile. So sometimes we just want everybody to see the same thing. But sometimes you want different teams to see different things. And you can create different page layouts and assign them to different profiles if the use case calls for it. So if I have a sales team that, needs to see the inventory object, but they don't need to see all the little fields about what color it is, this and that. All they want to see is the amount field. We can create a page layout that prioritizes what that person sees, right? But right now, we're not even doing anything that complex. Everybody sees the same thing. So that's why all of these profiles are assigned to the same view. What this screen here is showing us, these are the record types in our org. The master is usually what you clone. It comes out of the box. Then there's accessory, and then there's vehicle, right? Those are our record types. We have two record types that are active. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this screen here, these gray boxes, are telling us what we see when we click on accessory. So when we click on accessory, we're going to see the inventory layout right now, and that's not what we want. When we click on vehicle, we're going to see the inventory layout. Yes, that is what we want. So what we want to do now is edit that assignment. Click on edit assignment. Then find the page layout we just created in the drop down. We just created accessory. And then click on this column header because we want to apply it to this entire column. And then hit save. Oh, I didn't do that right. Go ahead and make sure that it's applying your accessory layout to the group. Oh, that's what's happening. They want you to select accessory first. Click on accessory first and then select the page layout and then save it. So you see how it updated that entire column with accessory? That's what you want to see. You want it to turn purple. So click edit, select the page layout that you want to use and apply it to the column here. When you guys have this, just hit save. And then hit save. Did everybody make it this far? If you have not, unmute yourself and let us know before we move on to the next thing.
I haven't, Selena.
You got it?
No, I'm probably gonna have to utilize those office hours.
So I'm not here for office hours next week, and this will not be covered in office hours because I'm going off script for this section here. So where are you in the process right now?
Hold on.
Did you create your did you create your page layout? Anybody else not where we are at right now?
Hey Selena, I accidentally deleted like one of my page layouts. So does it matter like the exact order that everything's in? Because I put everything back.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, sounds good.
Which one did you delete?
Okay.
Was it vehicle or accessory?
I deleted the vehicle one, I think.
Okay, so the vehicle one, did you try to get it in the general order we had it?
Yeah, I did.
This here?
Yeah, I'll just take a screenshot of that actually.
Yeah, it should be something
Yeah.
like. What did you say, Ishan?
I'll take a picture.
No, you mentioned it doesn't matter the order that it's in.
Not necessarily.
Okay. I'm gonna.
As long as it makes sense for your end user.
Okay, yeah, I'm also gonna take a screenshot of that.
Right. This is the inventory page layout, not the accessory page layout that we're actually working on. So Ishan, do you have your two page layouts created? One for accessory and one for inventory? Vehicle? You should have two. Like if you go on the back end here, everyone follow along with this. If you click on page layouts, you should see two here. If you don't, say something.
Okay, no, I have, mine says inventory layout.
Okay, so did you follow along with us when we were creating the second one?
Inventory layout. The accessory layout? No, I didn't do
If
that
you're
one.
following the case study and not
Okay.
listening to the presentation, then you are going to be lost because the whole thing we did with accessory is not in the case study. So that's why you would not have it. So anybody else not have it?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you see your inventory layout? Because on my accessory, it still shows I have the asterisk next to type, body style. I can't remove it.
Because you have to go to fields, find the field, click edit,